All right, we're taking a look at the new The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for Wii. We just announced this morning. We've got it here on the show floor at E3. I'm going to give you a bit of a demo, taste of what we've got here on the show floor. So this game utilizes the Wii Motion Plus accessory to really give a sort of a one-to-one representation of everything the player's doing. So you can actually see as I move my hand around, it's perfectly mimicked on screen. If I hold it still, I can give it a charge here. Now these enemies that you see here are sort of given a perfect representation of some of the strategic implications of this new control scheme. Their mouth is opened horizontally, so you can see if I attack them vertically, it's not going to do anything. So what I need to do is do a horizontal swipe when they open their mouth to finish them off. Same goes for this guy. He's vertical sliced. So it's adding a whole nother level of depth and accuracy to the game's motion controls. If I hold down the A button, Link can dash, and I can roll if I flick the nunchuck. Also, if I'm just in a standing pose, I can flick the nunchuck to raise my steel and take a defensive stance, and I can push it forward again to parry. We have a good number of items here. I'm going to use the bombs. So there's a number of different ways you can throw bombs. You can throw the Wii Remote vertically to actually throw it, or I can roll it like a bowling ball if I want. I think these guys might want to try and eat a bomb, so let's see if we can get them to do that. There we go. So there's really a lot of different ways you can dispatch your enemies. You don't have to just go by the sword if you want. Some of the other items we have here, this is a new sort of scarab or beetle item which I can send out, actually pick things up around the world. I saw some people earlier using it to pick up bombs and actually drop them on enemies on the ground. And I'm controlling this entirely with the Wii Remote. Again, with the Motion Plus, you know, adjusting the pitch and the yaw of it is really easy. And I can hold down the A button to make it go faster. There I just sort of cut the rope on a bridge that we have up ahead. And this is really a big area that we have in this build, and it's really wide open, so you can do a lot of different sort of exploration type things as you go along. There are also 2 different bosses we can find as well. Again, I can just cut things however I want using the Wii Motion Plus. The choice is mine. Also notice the different art style that we have here for the game. It sort of feels like a impressionist kind of Claude Monet kind of feel. Very different from anything that we've seen in the Zelda series, and really distinctive. There you see I used a shield parry to deflect the projectile there. Let's take a jump back down here. Let me show off one of the other items we have here, which is a whip. Now this actually isn't really good if you want to defeat an enemy, but if you want to stun it or sort of mess with it, you certainly can, and I can use it to reach out and grab different items. So when I'm ready, I can just switch back to my sword and finish this guy off. And if I hold my sword still, I can sort of charge it up and do a bit of a projectile attack here. This guy doesn't see me. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. And most of the enemies that you see here, you have to really think about how to approach them. If they have weapons, they'll be holding them in a certain position, and you actually need to look at, you know, what is their weak point, and what angle do I need to take with my sword if I'm going to hit them. Parries are, of course, very effective as well. Using the plus button brings up my map. You see here, this is the full area, pretty big. And then also something that's really nice, if you hold down the minus button, you have really quick access to any sort of potions here. And I can still move around when I'm in any of these menus, so it really doesn't break up the action. You know, if I'm hurting but I'm in a fight, I can just go run out and have a drink. Here's a different kind of enemy. I'm going to split in a few different ways here. A couple other different movements I can do with the Wii Remote, with Wii Motion Plus and the nunchuck. If I sort of slash them both horizontally, I'll do a horizontal spin move, and then vertically, we'll do a vertical spin attack as well. So that's a first look at what we've got here on the show floor. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword will be coming out in 2011 exclusively for Wii.